Hi there, Gary Jenkins again, speaking about my road from redundancy to recovery. Look, if you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing. At least give me a like. I appreciate that. It helps with the analytics. But let me ask you a really serious question. If you could do anything you dreamed or desired, and you knew you could not possibly fail, what would you do? Julius Caesar was leading the armies in Gaul in 49 BC. He didn't like what was going on in Rome. He found the government to have basically become controlled by anarchy. One faction against another, making sure the government didn't progress, didn't do anything, only looking out for their own self-interest, not looking out for the needs of the people, definitely not for the legionnaires that were serving. He brought his army to the Rubicon River. He knew that if he crossed the army, took the army and crossed the Rubicon, that they would be considered an enemy to Rome. And all resources that Rome could muster would be used to destroy them. Julius Caesar was not alone in knowing this. The entire army was aware that you couldn't come across the Rubicon without permission to do so from the Senate. And Julius Caesar literally walked to the head of his army at the shores of the Rubicon and threw himself into the river, full armor, everything, moving across. And the army followed. Now, Julius Caesar was motivated and decided that he could not lose. And if he did, it would be death. It would be surely death for not only he, but his entire army. He knew he could not lose. That's not necessarily the question I asked you, but that is the mindset of Julius Caesar. In 720 and in 1629, two other commanders were faced with almost the same decisions. One was invading Spain, and he had brought his army to the shore, and he was faced by an army that outnumbered his by 100,000 people. His decision was to let his men watch as he ordered the ships that brought them over burn. Now in 1629, another Spaniard stood on the shores of the Americas. He had 900 men, and they were facing an army or a people of over 3.5 million. He knew that there was no way they could win unless they were motivated. And he ordered his ships burned because he'd already seen how effective that was in history as a motivator. How many of us who have been made redundant basically have had our ships burned for us? It's not time for us to grovel, to beg. We are people who have great talents, skills, ability that we have honed over the years. Most of us has learned to get along. Most of us know how to, at the start of the day, start up, get to your work, and keep working. We don't need somebody to say, hey, get back to work. We can tell ourselves, get back to work. We can pause for a moment, have a light moment, a joke, a good laugh, but we get back to work. We know how to do all that for somebody else. Maybe it's time to consider doing it for you. Lots of opportunities, lots of options. There's one thing that I've discovered that I really like. I don't have a commute since I started working from home. I have saved hours in my day. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed this. See you later. Bye.